Welcome. We'll start our practice today. I've chosen to use a block between the ankles so that I can sit in this position, which is called hero pose, rather than a cross-legged position, which tends to happen that if hips are very tight or hamstrings are tight, we would tend to tip the pelvis back and collapse the lower back. So this position helps to place the pelvis more neutral, and we don't have, even if our hips are really tight, it doesn't matter because our thigh bones are coming forward straight line rather than open. So it doesn't influence the positioning of our spine. So if you have a block that you can place on or a cushion where you just do it as high as you're comfortable on your knees and in your ankles. So we start from this position, and I'm just going to take a few moments to settle. I'll invite you to do the same, allowing your breath to just slow down a couple of times, lengthening the inhalation and lengthening the exhalation. See if you can position yourself right into your sitting bones. Let the sitting bones become the feet, the base of the positioning of your shoulders and your ears. Let the shoulders come right above of your hips and your ears right above of your shoulders. And remember when we had the block placed into the crown, and if you could press into the sitting bones as if you would push into an imaginary block above your head. See, it can give you a little bit more space in your spine and organize in your neck as well. As you push up from the center, the top of the head, it prevents us to arch the neck and project the head forward. So we can bring the chin a little bit more in and slightly down. So it's through the center, the top of the head, that we're lengthening. So let's begin just gentle movements here in the spine, same as we've been doing on the tabletop position. We're just going to begin to gently round the spine. So I'm going to tip gently back as I curl in towards my belly button, and you can slide your fingers towards your knees, letting the head curl in. And then sliding back, finding neutral position where the head finds its place again. So keep going. I'll do it sideways so you can have a view of what that looks like. We'll just do it a few times. You might find that the exhale feels nice when you round and curl. And an inhalation to come and find neutral position. Round. Into neutral. And find neutral position, finding again the shoulders over your hips and ears over the shoulders. And let's take the arms out, shoulder height. Turn the palms facing upwards as you lift a bit of the heart. And then let the palms face down, spiraling the shoulders in, all the way, rolling the arms. One more time, turning the palms facing upwards to feel the chest open and lifted. And then spiral the palms down and back so that you roll the shoulders in. Let's come to neutral position. The palms face forward. You're going to take a breath, and then you're going to spiral, twisting to whichever side you like to, and let your arms simply fall, rest wherever they land. Come back to facing the front, facing the palms forward, and spiral to the other side. Look a little bit behind you. Then two more times, big breath facing the front, and exhale to turn. Inhale to the center, and exhale gently to turn. We'll come back to the middle, and we let the arms rest to the side. We take the arms over the head on the inhalation, gentle lift from the heart. And this time as you exhale, let the arms release and engage your core muscles at the bottom of the exhale. Keep them engaged. Inhale, let the arms lift overhead. Exhale, let the arms release and re-engage your core muscles. One last time. Keep the engagement like a belt. And you're inhaling, reaching the arms. And exhale to release. Hands can rest on your thighs and take some easy breaths, relaxing belly muscles. But let's come out from the block and we'll come to child's pose, which we've done previously, where we settle towards the heels and the head can rest either on the ground, or you can stack your forearms and rest your forehead or your fists, or even a little higher if it's too low for you. So we just rest as a resting position to release the back. Easy, relaxed breaths. Good, so we're going to come over to hands and knees now, positioning our palms with the fingers spread wide. They could come underneath your lungs, your shoulder blades, or a little bit forward if that's more comfortable for the wrists. We just make sure that the knees are hip distance. So we start on tabletop position, same as we've been practiced previously. We take a long breath, and then as we exhale, we begin to round the spine, curling in towards our belly button. And as we inhale, we return to neutral position in the spine. Keep your elbows straight, pressing the floor away. And exhale to round all the way. Empty the breath. Inhale, coming to neutral position. Elongate the crown and the tail back. And exhale to curl. We come to neutral position. Let's lean a little forward into the fingertips. Tuck your toes under. Pushing back towards the heels. You're just stretching the neck of the toes. You're keeping your spine neutral. We're not rounding in. Just neutral. Come forward. Fingertips. Fingertips to toes to stretch the neck of the toes. One more time. Inhale forward. And exhale back. This is puppy pose. And last one. This is to wake up the feet, because we're talking quite a lot about the arches of the feet, the sole of the foot. Good. So I placed the chair in front of me, so you can use it to come a little closer. Place your hands onto the chair and bring one foot forward. And I'm going to just walk it with my toes a little bit further forward so that I can gently lean towards the floor, gentle stretch at the hip. And then coming out, just gentle with the knee. And you can lift a little bit of the right toes and then slowly leaning forward. Let's do that 2 more times. Gentle moving back and gentle moving forward. So this is similar to the cat movement that we're doing, this rounding of the spine, coming up into neutral. So from here, press into the back foot, ground the back foot into the ground, into the earth, and let's come up to find our hands onto the thigh so that we can engage our core muscles. So if the pelvis is tilted forward, you'll feel a little bit of compression on the lower back, and you'll feel a stretch pretty much on the front thigh. But I'd like you to lift your pubic bone towards your belly button so that your tailbone can drop and you decompress the lower back. So let's start with an active breath. Take a nice inhalation. Exhale to engage your core muscles. Keep them engaged like a belt. Inhale, take your left arm overhead. Exhale to re-engage your core muscles. And maybe you take your other arm. Keep your gaze straight forward. And when you're ready, exhale, bring your hands back down. You can come to prayer or palms to the thigh. Let's step the hands to the chair. We bring our right foot behind us, and then the left foot comes forward. Walk your foot a little forward, and let's do the gentle rocking. Forward and gentle rocking back. Now I've got 2 mats, which makes my knee a little bit more comfortable. You can do this on the carpet, or you can have a blanket underneath your knee so that you're more comfortable on your joint. So let's move with the breath. Let's do that one last time, rocking. And then we settle at the lunging. I'm going to use both of my feet are pressing the ground so I can stabilize the pelvis. And then I bring myself more upright and I organize the pelvis that is not tilted forward. I don't want my belly to spill forward. I want to drop the tailbone so that I can engage my core muscles. So I might not go too deep on the lunging. I might be more upright. So both feet stabilized there. Take an active breath. Inhale as you prepare a big inhale. Exhale, engage your core muscles. When you're active and supported, take your right arm overhead with the breath. Keep breathing. Exhale to re-engage your core muscles. On the next inhale, maybe your other arm comes overhead and keep engaged. Keep like a big belt holding your midline. And when your next exhale comes, bring your palms slowly down with control, and let's bring the hands back to the chair. So we're going to come forward. So I'd like you to lean into the chair, curl the back toes under. Lean, lift, and then give it weight so that you can step the back foot forward. Look into your belly button, round the back. Let's sink a little deeper into the earth. Bend your knees, and then hug your belly button in. Begin to come up, walking through your legs. Slowly, slowly. Push the floor. Keep looking down. Push the floor with your legs and coming up to standing. Let's roll the shoulders and take some deep breaths. From the standing position, we practice the standing that we've been practicing so far, the alignment. So we let the arms rest to the side, placing your feet hip-width distance. Have an even awareness of how you're standing, including the heels and the balls of the feet, including the outer blades of the feet, but also the big toe. And just find a smooth, stabilizing breath where your knees are not locked, but you're not collapsing into the arches. You're somewhere in between, and there's like a tiny little movement that is keeping you from lifting and softening. You're standing, but you're not in the military, you're not rigid. You're also not completely soft where you're collapsing. You're in between. You're practicing, just practicing the feeling of being in between gravity and anti-gravity. So I'm moving my legs tiny bit. There's a little motion. I'm not rigid. There's a little bit of motion there. And my head is just floating above the heart. And each time you inhale, see if this is a good time for you to lift. And when you exhale, a little yielding into the earth. Inhale, a little lift. Exhale, a little yielding. On the next inhale, lift and take your arms with you. And as you yield, let the arms spiral to the right. Let your torso rotate to the right. Inhale to lift, gaze to the front. Exhale as you yield and spiral to the other side. Little rotation. Inhale, little lift. Exhale to spiral again to the right. Inhale, little lift. Face forward. Exhale, spiral to the other side. This is a really nice and gentle movement. Let's come to standing again. Let's pause. Have a feel of your whole body here. We're going to come to the side of the mat. If you're on a mat, maybe you're on the mat on the floor. That's fine. You don't need a mat. So we separate our feet a good leg distance, making sure the feet are parallel to each other. Sense of yielding at the legs as well. So I would always recommend people not to be rigid on their knees. Connect to the feet. Give them weight. So let's have our hands onto the hips, and I'm going to turn my right foot out with pivoting at the heel. And instantly my pelvis wants to follow that. So I'm going to allow that. I'm not going to restrict the hip. So once I'm there, If you have your stick there close by, we're going to bring the stick to align the base, the sacrum. I'm going to be facing this way so that you can see. So I'm aligning the base where it's connecting to the stick, the midpoint around the shoulder blades, and the back of the head. So I could sustain a neutral spine. So once my right foot is turned out, let's take a breath. And as we exhale, we're going to let the right knee softly bend. Inhale back to the middle. And exhale to move in. This is a warrior two position. Inhale as you come up. And exhale, little bend. Active breathing. Stay on the warrior two. Take a breath. Exhale, a little bit of engagement of the core muscles. Keep them engaged. Take a breath. And this time as you exhale, coming out all the way. Let's turn the right foot in and turn the left foot out. Organize your spine, that you're not arching, that you're not rounding. Let's try to keep neutral. Let's take a breath. And when you're ready, exhale, bend. And inhale, coming out. Keep note that when I bend, I'm not passing the ankle. I'm not going so deep that I'm passing too much pressure to my knee. Just a touch that I can feel the heel breaking, the motion of dropping. So that's my anchor. Let's come back. And then let's stay on the warrior two stands and we do an active breath. The same as we did on the other side. So we talked about how some tightness around the hips and hamstrings prevent us to move the pelvis. So this is what we're working with, but we'll continue reinforcing the neutral spine. Let's slowly come out and then come back to the middle. Let's have our feet parallel to each other again. And I'm going to turn the right foot out again. And I'm going to let my hips climb side to side. Actually, let's take the stick out of the way. And I'll ask you to move your hips side to side. So how they climb from one side to the other. So they want to climb towards the armpit. So if I got my right foot out, I'm going to let my left hip climb up and my right hip down. So I can let them tip to the right. And then I'm going to let my spine lean into the right leg, just a touch, so I can find a little bit of agreement there between my sacrum and the top of my head. And that's where I have a little bend at the right knee, a little bit of support of my right hand, not leaning into it, just a little bit of landing. Let's take the back hand behind you and then try to breathe into your back body. You can feel remember how we were talking about the breath, so that you're not only pushing your rib cage forward, breathe into your back. And keep your core muscles engaged. The next time you exhale, support them like a belt. Wear the belt. And then your next inhale, take your upper arm a little bit overhead. One more breath. You're staying with the activation of your core as you do this. If it's too much for your back, because your upper arm is load for your back, don't worry, stay with this one. We're just strengthening a bit of your back muscles. Let's bend a bit of the right knee and push up to stand all the way. Let's try for the other side. Turn your right foot in, turn your left foot out. And remember how we did a little bit of walking of the hips. So as you turn the left foot out, you let the left hip drop and the right hip climbs up. So I'm going to let the pelvis tip to the left and my spine is going to follow the positioning of the pelvis, crown to tail. That's a little bit of bend at the left knee so that I can find support for my left hand. And I'm going to keep my right hand on the back so I can connect to some breathing into the back body. Once you feel you're very connected to the breath, do an active breath. When you exhale and engage, like a big wide belt, keep it engaged and then take the upper arm over the head. Stay with the breathing, very well supported through the midline. Make sure you feel very safe and you're not leaning into any pain. And then when you're ready, bend a bit of the frontal knee a little more so that you can push up. Use your upper arm to lift you up as well. And let slowly come out. Good. Let's bring our feet parallel. Walk the feet a little closer. We're going to move towards the chair. Good. So we talked about that little elevator that we were talking about, the yielding concept. So let's stand firmly into your 2 feet, hips over heels, shoulders over hips, ears over shoulders. Take a long breath in and a smooth breath out. Soften the knees, yield. And inhale, press up, lengthening the top of the head. And exhale, like the elevator, you're going a little down, yielding. Then inhale, going up the elevator, pushing up. And exhaling, going a little down in the elevator. This time inhale and take your arms with you, if that feels okay, on your back. And then as you exhale, soften knees. We're going to tip the pelvis forward. We've been practicing with our stick where we were sitting back towards the chair, but this time you're going to land the hands at the edge of the seat. Let the head relax. Let's bring the hands to the seat of the chair. Give way towards the elbows and take a little step back so that you can give a little bit more space. I'm going to give my hands a little bit of support through the seat. Let the head relax. And I'm going to give a little push up to the chair. Push the chair forward so that you can move your hips back. So there's a little bit of flexion here happening between my belly and my thighs. The hips are flexing. Lots of bend at the knees. I would not want the legs to be straight because that's going to round the back. So I would like them to be a little bend so that my back feels more like the tabletop position, more neutral, or a little bit more, the heart a little bit lower than the hips, and the head a little bit lower than the heart. Some people even can put their forehead to the seat of the chair. So what I want you to have is a slight inversion where there's what is called traction in the spine, just more opening in the lower back. Now take one last breath there. So as if it would be someone sort of grabbing your hips and pulling them back. Your sitting bones want to move that way behind you as you have your arms and head to the chair and pushing the chair forward. So let's begin to tiptoe slowly our way towards the chair. Nice and slowly. Come a little closer. And then when you're ready, we're going to lower one step back, lower one knee down. You're okay with the knees? And then your other knee back. Bring your hands to the ground and we rest in child's position. Take a little pause and a little rest. And take some easy breaths there. Easy, relaxed breaths. We're going to come to rest on the back, on the ground. So I'm just going to move the chair a little bit off the mat so you have some space. So we come down. So constructive resting is the one where we keep the knees bent and the feet on the ground. A little bit more support in the back. You can rest your hands on the tummy and take some relaxed breaths. So we're going to work a bit with our core muscles. Feet come shoulder distance apart. And the knees right above the ankles is best there. So we did this one before where we were balancing onto the feet, keeping the stability of the core. So we just take a breath as we prepare and exhale to engage the core muscles. Bring your right foot into tippy toes. And then inhale to lower. Exhale, left foot tippy toes. Inhale to lower. Exhale, right foot tippy toes. Inhale to lower. Exhale, left foot tippy toes.
We're going to take it a little further this time. See if your back is ready. So take a breath. Exhale, lift the right foot off. Inhale there. Exhale, slowly bend the knee and lower the right foot down. Big inhalation. Exhale, engage and lift your left foot off. Inhale there. Exhale, bend the knee and lower the foot gently down. Let's take it a little further. Inhale deeply. Exhale, lift the right foot. Keep the muscles engaged. This time extend the right leg. Keep breathing there. 2 deep breaths. Each exhalation, you re-engage the belt line because the carrying of your leg is challenging your core. Let's take a nice deep breath. As you exhale, bend the knee towards you and lower the foot gently down. Pause, big breath. Exhale, engage your core muscles and lift your left foot. Wear the belt, engage them. Extend the left leg and breathe. 2 deep breaths. We're not letting the inhale expand the belly. We're keeping the corset of the belly belt. You're more breathing into the ribs and chest for this. Last breath. And when you're ready, bend the left knee and slowly come down. Deep breaths there to ease and relax the body. Last exercise, we do the bridge. So your arms can rest now to your side. Palms facing down, so you can anchor your shoulders, the tip of your shoulders, and your hands. So keep your chin centered to the chest. Make sure you have no blanket underneath the head. So let's take a big breath in. Exhale, flatten the lower back. Tip the pelvis back as you scoop the tail and come up. Inhale at the top and exhale, come down as if you're squeezing a block between your thighs and you're sliding the spine back down. You take an inhale at the bottom on neutral spine as you rest. Exhale, tip the pelvis back, scoop the tail, push up into bridge. Inhale at the top. Exhale, slowly come down as you squeeze the block between your legs. You have the imagination. Then inhale at the bottom. And exhale, scoop your tail, coming up. Holding here 2 big breaths. Let's keep engaging your inner thighs. Glute muscles will activate. You can even press down with your arms and hands to help you. We take one last breath as we prepare, and as you exhale, sliding down all the way. Let your tailbone be the last one to touch. Bring one knee in towards your chest, and then bring the other. A gentle rocking side to side, massaging the back. Keeping your hands on the right knee, let the left foot come down. We circle the right ankle. And then doing the other side. Good, and then interlace your hands behind your right thigh and extend the leg. Softening, extending, and softening. Extending this time and staying in extension, and then point and flex your foot. Give a little bit more weight to the sacrum so that you're not compressing the lower back. And then when you're ready, bend the knee in and lower the foot gently down. Let's bring the other knee in. Raise your hands and we circle the ankle. And we do both directions. Just can reach the hands behind the thigh. If you can't touch, that's fine. Just rest your hands on the tummy. It doesn't matter. So it's just an option, extending and softening. Extending and softening. In the last one, we stay with a little bit extend. I'm not extending the knee all the way, keeping it a little soft, just when it's enough for the stretch. pointing and flexing. Make sure the weight is at the sacrum, not into the flat of the lower back. Just point and flex, and then soften knee in, lower the foot gently down. Let's take a pause. You can have the knees touch in the middle. Let the arms and hands find a comfortable space to rest. Begin to sense your body unpacking and resting now from your practice. Taking a slow, deep inhalation and a smooth, long exhalation. A little bit of tensing and release. So squeeze your right foot, tense it, and relax it. Left foot, squeeze it, and relax it. Squeeze your buttocks muscles and relax them. Press your lower back into the ground. Squeeze your belly, tense, and relax it. Press the elbows into the ground. Puff your chest to the sky and relax. Squeeze the shoulders into the ears and relax. Bring the fingers into the palm, make a fist. Turn the fist sideways. Reach your fingers away and drop. Squeeze all the muscles of the face. Squeeze and relax. Open your eyes, the mouth, and stretch the tongue out. And relax. Roll the head gently side to side. Taking a nice big breath and a sigh of release. Mentally relaxing the eyes, the jaw, the cheeks. Relax the inner ear, back of the head, the neck, the throat. Feel the relaxation through the chest, through the rib cage, through the belly, through the shoulders, through the arms, through the hands. And softening through your upper back, middle back, lower back. Relaxing the pelvis, the sacrum, pelvic floor, thighs, knees, lower legs, ankles, and feet. Feeling your whole body resting, whole body relax. Let's take a few deep breaths. And feel free to awaken the bodies, little movements, little wiggles. And if it feels nice, stretch your legs down and reach your arms over your head to give yourself a nice full body stretch and release. Thank you.